A full-size bed centered on the rear wall, to the right of where he was standing. A nightstand sat on the other side of the bed, beneath the only window. On it, there was a green lamp and clock radio that was flashing the time, 2:30 a.m. A dresser had snapshots covering almost the entire surface of its age-modeled mirror. Clothes were strewn over the floor, mounded upon an old wooden rocking chair, and tumbling out of the closet doors. A poster of a scantily clad girl with the Hooters emblem across her large breasts was pinned to the left wall with round tacks. The den he had just passed through didn't look any better than this messy scene. Dan wondered if the victim was a male prostitute who'd picked up the wrong John. Had a homosexual encounter gotten out of hand while they were high on drugs and his partner fled in fear? Or was this a matter of revenge, as the poor bloke appeared badly beaten and sodomized? He wanted a closer look, but was waiting for the CSI team and ME to give him the go-ahead and a COD. He remembered his captain's warning, which had awakened him at 2 this morning. Okay, Dan, from the preliminary report, we've got a new case that sounds strikingly similar to a murder that occurred 2 months ago. I want you and Maury to look into both of them and make sure we don't have a psycho on our hands. We don't want the kind of public pressure and panic a case like this could cause. It'd make our life a living hell. The victim's wife found him a little before 2 this morning when she got home from work. Call me before you write any report. Let me know what you come up with. A voice behind him interrupted his thoughts. Makes your skin crawl, doesn't it? I didn't think there were that many sickos in Augusta. But this is the second time I've seen almost this exact same thing in 2 months. Harold Bates chattered on. I've been working in the lab for almost 5 years, so I've seen a lot. I've even worked on a woman who'd been mutilated similar to this a couple years ago, but I'd never seen a man tortured this way. What a horrible way to die. Dan looked at Bates, one of the special crime scene investigators who was trying to capture the macabre sight on film before he bagged evidence. Harold was tall and slender with light brown hair and an odd shade of green eyes. His face was scarred from a bad case of teenage acne, but he wasn't ugly or self-conscious. Dan noted that he seemed to be gentle and caring when investigating a crime scene. His glasses made him look like the classic nerd, but he was good at his job. What do you remember about the first one? It looked like this? Kinda like this, Lieutenant. The first guy was tied to his bed spread eagle style, hands and feet to the bedposts. But rope like this was used. He had needle tracks on his arms and legs from frequent shooting up. His name was Ted something or other. The friend that found him claimed he wasn't a homo, said he was some kind of stud with the ladies. But there he was, tied to the bed with lots of wax drippings and, sex at both ends, some pretty strange sex. I've done rape kits and gathered evidence from many women, but I've never seen anything as awful as this. Now I've seen it twice in 2 years. First a female and now a male. Harold walked to the other side of the bed to make sure he had pictures from all angles. A full-size bed centered on the rear wall, to the right of where he was standing. A nightstand sat on the other side of the bed, beneath the only window. On it, there was a green lamp and clock radio that was flashing the time, 2:30 a.m. A dresser had snapshots covering almost the entire surface of its age-modeled mirror.